Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. The first card out that I'm seeing is Strength. I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Strength is Leo. Okay. What I'm seeing is that there may be something being offered to you. Actually, you know what? There may be something that's being offered to you right now, and this thing that's being offered to you, whatever it is, having Four of Cups here says that it's actually not resonating with you, whatever this thing is, okay? So if something's being offered to you right now or coming up within your life and you're resonating with it, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying like something's gonna come through. So it can be like a job offer that comes through. It can be like somebody wanting to hang out. It can be somebody wanting a connection with you or to like do an activity, something like that. So something is being presented to you. But having Four of Cups here says that when you check in, you know that this is not resonating with you. But because I'm seeing Strength here, it may not be easy to turn this down. And so this can be from somebody where you're like, it's really hard for me to say no to this person. But I'm seeing that you know on an internal level that you don't want this and that it's not resonating with you. And I'm seeing the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. So you know your higher self is like talking to you in your ear saying, hey, don't take that. You're not gonna want what's attached to that. But having Strength here implies like this is not an easy situation maybe for you to actually say how you feel. Or like stand up for yourself or to say no or to, because it's ultimately about you rejecting something here. But you're not rejecting it for no reason. You're rejecting it because it's not resonating with you. And so there's like a very good reason why you wouldn't be taking this on. But Strength can imply that maybe you feel a bit obligated to do this for some reason. But if you could free yourself of obligation, you wouldn't take this on, whatever this is that someone's trying to give to you. Okay. I'm seeing Magician, I'm seeing Queen of Swords, and I'm seeing Eight of Wands. So Magician and Queen of Swords, this is you being like super, super deliberate with your intention. And by you being in that lane, so when we have Queen of, did I say Queen of Wands? It's Queen of Swords. I think I said that. It's Magician, Queen of Swords, and Eight of Wands. So when we have the Queen of Swords involved in a situation with a magician, it can like really streamline a process, because having the Queen of Swords here, it's like you have that insight of like, if I make this move, it's going to take me over there. Like Queen of Swords is very strategic and it's very like logical, like you really tapping into your air energy. And the Magician is about you being intentional with what it is that you're creating within your life and also what it is that you're communicating. So this is like, I'm aware that what I invite in is what I'm allowing within my space, and what I'm saying no to, that means more room for stuff that is resonating with me. So this is about really checking in with yourself and knowing what it is that you're doing, and also understanding how the movement that comes with like the words and the communication that you speak, that is constantly creating what's coming up for you within your life. Meaning, if you take on this thing that you know is not resonating with me, you're basically saying, yes, I do want that within my life, even though I'm seeing you feel you don't want this thing. So it's just something to be mindful of as you move through this. Magician and Queen of Swords is also you being meticulous with your speech and knowing that what you're saying has an effect and your words have power. And it's so much power energetically too. It's not only just what you're seeing in front of you. It's like there are very deep implications of what you're speaking out right now and what you're communicating. So it's about being very, very, very mindful. Not that we don't always need to be mindful, but this is like for right now. I don't know what it is that you have going on, but it means right now you need to be extra, extra mindful with how it is that you're communicating, with what it is that you're communicating. Because Queen of Swords is also about sort of responding to situations that are happening, conversations that we're holding. Because it looks too like whatever this is that you're doing, I'm seeing things really moving here and moving quickly. So you could also be determining the pace of something as well. Okay, it looks like you're moving in the if you're, there's a word that I'm looking for here. If you just stay doing things like using this type of strategy, I'm seeing that you're moving in the direction of something that you want. So you're like moving along a path that you're interested in. But it does seem like you're gonna have to say no to something. I'm seeing you making progress really, really quickly. This feels like I thought it was gonna take me like 4 months and it took me 4 days. I'm seeing something move very, very quickly. Maybe that's also why you're being so particular. It's like with the Queen of Swords, you're very, very focused on what it is that you're manifesting. So every time you go to like say something, or you're manifesting or you're creating things within your life, you're checking back and being like, does that align with this goal that I have, or does it not align? And I'm seeing that's sort of how you're like editing things. That's why you're moving so quickly. It's like whatever strategy this is that you're using, I'm seeing it's working very well if your goal is to like move very, very quickly. It's definitely working. I feel like this is the most like streamlined process you could have. This thing that you're doing right now, how you're doing things. I'm seeing so much progress that you made, but I'm getting to that. I'm seeing you move very quickly. I'm seeing a lot of progress. I'm seeing a lot of movement. I'm seeing like a very, very like far distance that you've come, but I'm also seeing temperance here, which says like needing to be patient maybe with the things that aren't happening as quickly, especially like distant future related things. This feels like bigger things that may take a little bit longer to like manifest or materialize. It seems like you're also coming to terms with something as well. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out sort of like the order of things here. What it looks like is happening too is that I'm seeing that you're going through a closing cycle that's not easy currently. And having Temperance come out before Ten of Swords, this is feeling like it's not an immediate close. It's like a slow, like healing wound, basically. That's what I'm seeing. This also means like adjusting to something that's closing. So like, let me be very specific with what I'm seeing here. having Temperance and having Ten of Swords means that you're adjusting to something coming to a close, but it may not be like open, close. This can be like a drawn out ending that's happening. For some of you, you know that this is going to be coming up for you. It's something that's going to be closing out for you. And this is something that it feels difficult to sort of like maybe accept the ending of this or come to terms with it. And that's why I'm seeing Temperance be here. Some of you too, there are like plans that are being made that are connected with this. I feel too like this Ten of Swords that's happening, like although it's sort of like energetically all around you, it may not be like the actual event or like the actual it's closed and we're never going to open that again. It's still not here yet. Like you're getting to that point, but I'm seeing this be like a gradual thing that's happening. And so this feels like getting into a spot where you're just transmuting the energy as you move through it and like riding the wave of this thing coming to a close, because you know this isn't going to last forever. You know that it is coming up on the close. And so I feel like you're having a lot of time right now to process all of this. Okay, I'm seeing something else going on here too. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm getting a more clear picture here. Sometimes the energy like starts off a little bit abstract and like foggy, and then it starts taking shape. What I'm seeing is that because of you like really practicing things like advocating for yourself, showing up and being honest, because when we have the Magician, it's sort of like how we use our words. And to have the Queen of Swords here, this is about telling the truth. It's about when we're in situations, like being very mindful of how it is that we're using our words and the intention behind it. And a Queen of Swords is somebody that's going to tell it like it is, but in a tactful way. And having the Magician, I feel like a lot is sort of hanging on how you're communicating and what you're communicating and sort of what that's creating for you within your life currently. And so there's a mindfulness of coming back to this notion, like my words do matter and they carry an energetic impact with them, even if I don't immediately see it. Like there are waves that carries, and then it comes back and affects me in some way because it ends up building things that I'm experiencing within my life. And so like if you're building things on like deception, which I'm seeing is the opposite of what's going on here, but like if we are doing that, it means that it comes back and we hit towers and everything sort of falls apart because of that. What I'm seeing here is that you're sort of in a mode right now and using this strategy where with Queen of Swords, this is a very parsimonious energy. So it's like, do I need to be saying something right now? Do I even need to respond to that? And being very meticulous with the way that you are responding to situations and how your words impact what ends up manifesting. And that's why I'm seeing you're moving so quickly. So I'm seeing that it's really like the most amazing strategy here that you're using. I'm seeing it be super, super effective for you, like really, really moving and making a lot of progress in a very short amount of time. I'm seeing too that you're also making progress with not taking on things that don't resonate with you. I'm seeing you don't feel like you've completely learned this lesson yet, but you're working at it and you're getting better at it. So this means that Four of Cups next to Strength can be sometimes I have issues with people pleasing. That sometimes people want to offer me things or give me things or ask me to do things, and I know that I don't want to, but I do it anyway. Or I know that's going to create like some sort of hazard or issue in my life, but because I have a really hard time saying no, I just tell them yes instead. So this is what I'm seeing you be working on. It's being able to like stand up on your own. And that's also what the Queen of Swords is about too. It's about you advocating for yourself and showing up for yourself and be like telling the truth too. But like your truth, you know, instead of Queen of Swords is going to tell it like it is. So I'm seeing that be something that you're working on. Like as the Magician, this is sort of like an energy that you're working on stepping into. And I'm actually seeing, like, I don't know how newly you've been doing this because it feels somewhat like a little bit of a new intention or something that you're connecting back with. But I'm seeing that, like, you're just, it's like you clicked into this thing and you're able to like make progress very, very quickly. And for some reason that's being highlighted, that you've like found a way to streamline the process. I know this is like the third or fourth time we've said that, but I'm seeing it be really important here that your guides are like, look at how much progress you've made. Look at how far you've come. And in a very short amount of time. I'm seeing that also be significant too. So also coming down here, what I'm seeing is that in the future, not right now, but a little bit down the line, I'm seeing that, or this can like have to do with things that are going to be closing out. I'm seeing you coming to terms with a chapter that's going to be closing. The reason why you're going to close this chapter is because you feel like you need to do this for yourself. So this is you showing up and being like, this is the ultimate like self-care. This is the ultimate me showing up for me. So you're not doing this for anybody for any other reason other than you. So this is about you and what you need, and you being that person that's showing up for yourself within your life and doing what needs to be done. I feel too like in a way you're sort of renewing your connection with yourself as well. Like these two parts of yourself that you're sort of integrating currently. So this thing that you're ending, it's something that you sort of like been wanting to close out, but you may just have not like gotten to that point yet, or like it's not time for it yet. But I'm seeing that that's what's going to be manifested. The Magician is you're going to manifest the completion of this cycle, but it's not going to be an easy one. I'm seeing it's one that is like sort of challenging again to come to terms with, but it's something that you know it needs to close. So you know that this is like the right thing to do for you. But I'm seeing this be super hard on you, and for many of you, this affects you in your domestic life, is what I'm seeing. I'm also getting to you be like scared to be moving. You feel like things are moving very quickly, and that's very challenging for you. But what I'm seeing is that there's like, on the way as you're making movement, it's like you take a pit stop at this place where you can just like pull off the side of the road and like cry really hard and then be like, like I feel better now, because I'm actually seeing you move to a much better space. So even though you may feel like you're sort of in the thick of it right now and it's super challenging right now, because some of you're like really worried about where you're going, like really stressing out about this. Like maybe some of you're not sleeping because of this, having Nine of Swords. It's just like a lot of worries and a lot of fears that may be coming up for you about the direction that you're going in. But what's interesting to me is that as much as like your shadow is like sort of playing off your fears right now, you're seeing this as being the Nine of Swords, which is like, I'm so frightened of where I'm going right now. But what I'm seeing is that this is going to be the Six of Swords for you, which means that you are actually, this is ultimately about your peace. And so what you're doing is even though there's a lot of stuff coming up for you that's like really hard and really challenging and really stressful emotionally for you and mentally for you, and may at times be like too much, you know. Nine of Swords is like, am I ever gonna get out of this like hell in my head? But seeing Nine of Swords here, like, yes, you are, and I don't think it's gonna take very long for you to get out of that place. So as I said before, you take this little pit stop and you like scream and cry and do whatever it is that you need to do, you know, to like process this, and then I'm seeing it like gets all pushed out, and then I'm seeing you move forward. And this card is about moving to a much better place than you were feeling. See, feeling like this, and then it's like, wow, now I can get moving, like I don't have to stay feeling like this anymore. But it feels like just getting over the hump of that. That's what I'm seeing here. Oh, I'm seeing Leo, Mercury, and Sagittarius. That makes sense too. Some of you may be scared to like move on or move forward. Seeing Leo and seeing Mercury makes sense here too, because Leo is about being seen, and it's about showing up, and it's about taking center stage. And Mercury is about what we're communicating. So this is just about being like bold with your communication and not holding back. Some of you too, I'm also seeing that there's another person on the other side of this ending. So you are still moving through something that is in the midst of closing out. It hasn't closed out yet, but it's soon going to be closing out, like a little bit up ahead. What I'm seeing is that I'm seeing somebody be here with you. So, and this is somebody that you have a connection with this person. For some of you, this is a new connection that you're making. And it seems like they're sort of, some of you, they may be like helping you move forward with things and move through the more difficult things, move through these more difficult sorts of things. It's like you have a little buddy with you. That's what I'm seeing here. So this can be, it's some type of connection, because when this card was coming out, like identifying this other person, I was seeing Ace of Cups. So it's like somebody heart to heart that you connect with. I don't know what exactly type of connection, but it's an authentic, like genuine connection that you have with somebody. And it seems like they're helping you move through this stuff. Nine of Swords, fear, worry, exhaustion, feeling like you can't get out of your head, the Star. This is being healed right now. You may also feel like you're starting to gain some more mental clarity as well. I'm seeing healing, I'm seeing disappointment, sadness, regrets even. I'm seeing stuff like feelings that are associated with attachment. This feels like stuff that you're becoming more aware of that maybe you hadn't been aware of before, where you could have been doing certain things and thought that you were like doing it for the right reasons, but then sort of like because of the outcome that ended up happening, you may now be looking back at those things and being like, oh, I was like way off track back there. That's what I'm seeing here. But it's something that you may not have been aware of before. It's like some of you, I'm seeing like your like sadness or your regret or your disappointment like informing you. And that's also like what's being healed as well. Like to have the Star here, this is like having hope, like even in a disappointing situation, even in a sad situation, even when like times are difficult. As I'm seeing, this is like still something that you're moving through. And Page of Cups is about like reconnecting with yourself and reconnecting with your emotions. And to have the Devil here, but to also have Hanged Man, what it looks like is that the Devil can be like one way of seeing things, but it's kind of like a skewed way of seeing things. And to have the Hanged Man next to it, I feel like there's stuff, very important stuff that you are realizing that was skewed before. And I'm also, but it was based off of your attachments, is what I'm seeing. Some of you, it was an attachment to a particular person or even to a role that you had been playing. But the Devil like tricks you into thinking that you need this thing, but you actually don't. The Devil's like, if you cut me off, you're going to cut off a part of your arm. And then when you cut it off, you're like, that wasn't true. It's like that sort of thing. And to have the Hanged Man here, this is like a realization essentially that you're coming to. But this could have been something where you were like, I gotta hold on to it, I gotta hold on to it, I gotta hold on to it, I can't let it go. And I'm seeing you be like utterly terrified here because we have Devil, we have Eight of Wands. So this is like Devil moving away from Devil, but then moving away from it puts me in Nine of Swords. So I'm like, what in the world am I gonna do? It's like just profusely worrying and stressing. But we have the Hanged Man here. So it's like, you see it like that, but as I said before, the Devil's saying, you're going to lose your arm if you cut me off, and then you end up cutting the Devil off and your arm's still there. And you're like, you were lying to me. But it's because of our attachment and like the feeling that we have. And it's like a bit of a mirage with the Devil. But this is what I'm seeing, is that there's like a transcendence that's happening with your perspective and your point of view as you are moving through this. And there's a lot of really important stuff that's being realized. But I am getting that there's like this really like this attachment that you have that comes up for you that you may be very attached to. And some of you, you're still feeling this way, but having Hanged Man here says you're not always going to feel like that, and that something is going to be shifting about the way that you're seeing things. So I'm seeing that you're successfully going to gain the insight that you need to gain. Having a start with Strength and end with Hanged Man, this is about you needing to really like show up and move through the process, and as you do, what needs to be accomplished is going to be accomplished. So this is just your guides really patting you on the back and telling you that you're doing a good job. It's not easy, it's very stressful, there's a lot of fear that's coming up for many of you, but you're realizing that something that you had like felt dependent on, you don't actually need it. And so by you breaking away from this, you are like ultimately making like the most empowering move for yourself. But I'm seeing too, there are a lot of layers to this and there's a lot that's going on. So don't feel like you need to move through all of this at once. Give yourself time that you need to process, because there's a lot that's being processed currently. Just take everything one step at a time. You are never too soon, you're never too late, you're never too early, you're like always right on time. So just tell yourself that as you're moving through this, you're really right on time with this. And you're coming to some very, very big, significant conclusions here. I'm also hearing something about healing your life path, so maybe you also feel like that's part of this too. And we're ending with the Six of Wands, which is like victory and success and like a time of celebration. So this is a really, really amazing omen to be seeing. So I'm hearing Scorpio. I'm looking at Leo, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Neptune, and Mercury. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.